Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Chelsea's game away at the Etihad versus Manchester City in the Premier League. Like I say, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, forget to post as well if you are new. Just trying to make sure. Right, guys, let me know in the chat what you guys think the score is going to be. Let me know. Bing, bang, wallop. All that jazz. Because it's not going to be an easy day at the office for the Mighty Blues. As for us, it's never a dull moment when you are a Chelsea fan. It's never a dull moment as a Chelsea fan. But, like I say, you got to give your all for the club. You got to give your all for the badge, and play with the passion. Play with the passion. Play with the heart. Just play with belief. We're in a cup fight. We're in a cup final, so we have to believe what we believe in. So. Because at the moment, folks, we've got about not long to kick off between Chelsea and Manchester City in the Premier League. So it's not going to be simple. It ain't going to be easy. But we are here to make sure we get the job done today. And guys, put your question in the chat. Get your predictions in. Vote on the poll in the chat as well. It is Chelsea versus Man City at the Etihad. If you guys want me to show you the lineups, or just wait till when the players come out, then I'll show you the lineups for the game. I'll happily wait till then. But put in the chat. How are you? Are you nervous for the game? Are you confident? Do you have belief in these boys? Do you have belief? We always got to have belief in the players. Whenever we do as Chelsea fans, we've got to have belief in Thomas Tuchel. We've got to have belief in the ability of what he can produce. And so far it is Chelsea versus Man City in the Premier League. Basically, Chelsea have to gain something from this game. More or less, Chelsea have to gain 3 points from this game. If Chelsea don't gain any 3 points from this game, I think Chelsea are out of the title race. Chelsea will be out of the title race. I will say this if we don't beat City, but that's just me because I'm being, as you would say, realistic. So guys, put the things in the chat. Happy days all round. The watch along is going to go swimmingly. Hopefully it's going to go swimmingly because we want to believe. We want to believe that the players can go and get the job done, can go and get the assets, can go and get the nouns to go and get the job done wherever is possible in any way, shape or form. But guys, put your predictions in the chat. Vote on the poll in the chat as well. I'm interested for your guys' views on this. And the one person in the chat, welcome. If you like it, hit the like button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. But we are going the way we are. But we just got to keep focused. We got to be laser focused for this game. So, we're up for the challenge, we're up for the fight. I believe in these boys, I believe in Thomas Tuchel. Because remember, we all didn't think we were going to win the last time we went to the Etihad. And what did we do? We got a shot 2-1 win. And denied Man City winning the title that particular weekend. But keep going, keep the pressure going. You never know what can happen in football. But that's just life. The intermittence of all of it is strong. And for you guys, the watch along is now live on the channel. Now go, get involved. Let's make this a good stream. Let's go and get the 3 points. Try and stay in this title race. Stay above Liverpool as well. And also vote on the poll as well. Get yourself in the chat. And let's have a good old ding-dong of a stream. Let's go. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. We got to a final of the Carabao Cup. Now let's make it a good week. Guys, go and like that reel on Instagram. That will be on there shortly. Basically, if you guys all get involved, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a good stream. I'm all up for this. Like a duck to... I'm going to say like duck to water. Like duck to water, I am up for this game. I'm up for this with the hopes of trepidation of getting a good result. It's like, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. It's like, you got to show what the pride is of the team. The pride of this team is going to be immense from the first minute to last. You just got to try and do what you can do. Gain a good result. Play well. Play with our heads held high. And think to ourselves, we've got this. But do I have the confidence? Do I have the nous for us to go and get this result? One thing I will say, I'll happily go, yeah, I'll happily go for it. Give us all the chance in the world. There's nothing saying that Chelsea can go into this game with all hell for leather and think we cannot go and win this game. I think we can go and win this game. We could be a million miles off the pace, but that's not me being disrespectful to the club I love. It's just City are a cut among everyone else. At the moment, so it's just like, at the moment, you've got Chelsea, everyone else, Man City, with us slightly being behind them by a margin, if I was to pay any respect to it in that regard. But that's just what life is nowadays. Life can be a cruel thing in football. Life can be a cruel thing, but we know how cruel it can be. Football can be. Because we went to the Etihad last season to try and get a result away. Everyone was written us off. Man City were the runaway leaders at this point in the season, like they are now. And what happened? Chelsea went to the Etihad. And what did we do? We got a result, which not a lot of people... Like, we went 1-0 down. Then Aguero missed an absolute sitter. But then Chelsea go and win it. Out of, I want to say, out of nothing, but is there any point of saying out of nothing? Because Chelsea have got to go for it with all hell forever. We got no reason to fear Man City. We got no reason to fear, afraid of Man City. We got to feel like we have the capabilities to beat Man City. I think we do have the capabilities to beat a side like Man City and Pep Guardiola as well with Ingo. So, let's go get the 3 points. We're Chelsea all the way. We're Chelsea all the way. And now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. And now you're going to believe us. We're Chelsea all the way. We're Chelsea all the way. We're Chelsea all the way. And now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. We're Chelsea all the way. We're Chelsea all the way. We're Chelsea all the way. And now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us. Now you're going to believe us.
That moment. What will the gap be at the top of the Premier League after this? It could be 13 points.
Chelsea versus Man City about to kick off. Players are waiting in the tunnel. Let's come on, the Mighty Blues.
Season has for us. Time to hand over to Steve McManaman, Glenn Hoddle and Darren Fletcher for the biggest Premier League game of the season so far. Gentlemen, all yours.
Thank you, Jake. Hello again, everybody. So is it going to be title race on or title race essentially over?
Chelsea on the way! Now you got to believe us! Now you got to believe us! Now you got to believe us! We're Chelsea all the way! We're Chelsea all the way! We're Chelsea all the way! And now you're going to believe us! And now you're going to believe us! Now you're going to believe us! We're Chelsea all the way!
There's a real sense of expectancy in the Etihad Stadium today, which is
Go on, boys!
The centre of the football world for this one. And
Chelsea! Chelsea! Boys are coming out! The champions of years! What? I'll give you the team news now as the players are all coming out. The Chelsea team to play Manchester City today to keep ourselves in the title race is Kepa, Rudiger, Silva, Sarr, Azpilicueta, Kante, Kovacic, Alonso, Ziyech, Lukaku, Pulisic. On the bench, Bertinelli, Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, Saúl, Barkley, Hudson-Odoi, Mount, Havertz and Timo Werner. That is your Chelsea team to play Man City. Your Man City side to play Chelsea is as follows. Is Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri. De Bruyne is captain. Chelsea's captain is Azpilicueta. Bernardo, Sterling, Foden and Grealish is up front. On the bench is Stefan, Diaz, Gundogan, Jesus, Fernandinho, Mbete, Mikati, Lavia and Wilson Esbrand. That is your team for Man City to play the champions of Europe, Chelsea, today.
And we start with Manchester City. 4 changes for them from the game against Arsenal.
Chelsea versus Manchester City. We are on the way, folks. We're just waiting. Come on, Chelsea!
While Walker starts in the Premier League for the first time since his Champions League red card. Diaz, Ake, Jesus and the absent Mahrez are the players who are replaced. There are 4 youngsters on the Manchester City bench. 5 changes for Chelsea from the Spurs match in midweek.
Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea! Scared free, wherever you may be. We are famous CFC.
The players who drop out are Christensen, Hudson-Odoi, Jorginho, Werner, and surprisingly Mason Mount, Reece James and Trevor Chalobah.
Let me know in the chat, folks, if you guys are watching the game. Have you guys got BT Sports? Are you guys able to watch the game?
Very offensive as usual. The front 3 look really exciting. I'm so excited. 3 Englishmen, Grealish, Foden and Sterling, and they've got people behind with De Bruyne and Silva to serve.
Chelsea! 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 Oh, Chelsea! 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 Oh, Chelsea!
From City, which is a hard thing to do. What they have got
Chelsea all the way, we all the way! Chelsea on the way, the other way. Take forward then, Chelsea. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea on the way, Chelsea on the way. Well, the Champions League. Oh, we're on the way in the Champions League. Oh, boys. Lukaku. Oh, Romelu Lukaku. Oh, Romelu Lukaku. Oh, Romelu Lukaku. Oh, Romelu Lukaku.
It's Pep Guardiola's birthday on Tuesday, seeing his side well.
Lukaku, 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 Lukaku.
Celebrated. Although Chelsea have often caused problems for his teams, he's the Premier League Manager of the Month for December. And Thomas Tuchel.
Two goal.
He's had a good week, having watched his team reach another cup final. So the Etihad is the centre of the football world today. The crowd are here and ready for a game that means so much for both of the teams involved. The crowd applaud as the players take the knee. The form of both is rock solid. Between them, they've lost 2 of the last 39 games.
Here we go, Chelsea versus Manchester City. First versus second. Come on, Chelsea! Hit the like button in the chat, folks. Let's get a conversation going in the chat.
Very impressive, weren't they, Manchester City? Albeit the scoreline was close.
Chelsea away! Chelsea away! Chelsea away! Oh, Chelsea away! Chelsea away! Chelsea away! Chelsea away! Oh, Chelsea away! Come on, Chelsea!
Chelsea defensive setup. They've got Malang Sarr on the left side of the back three.
Guys, vote in the chat. Get conversation going in the chat. It's Chelsea versus Manchester City in the Premier League. Let's go. Let's go and get the result today. If we do it, people could be thinking. People could be thinking, if Chelsea were to get a result here today, a point or a win, if we were to beat Man City, people could be thinking, oh, could we see a team that could take the dominance away from Man City? Like last season, we beat City 3 times in the season. No side that are as up at the same level as City were able to beat them 3 times in one season. It's just insane. But guys, put your question in the chat. This game is a massive one for us today. We made it to a cup final. Let's go and make it a good end to the week by also beating Man City at the Etihad. Or, if you want a mate, the Etihad, because Man City never fill it unless it's a big team comes to town. Well done, Aspie again. Come on, Chelsea! Come on, Chelsea! Where Chelsea away! Where Chelsea away! Oh, hey! Come on, Chelsea! Come on, Chelsea! Come on, Chelsea!
Ziyech, who started off on the left-hand side, Christian Pulisic down the right, and of course, the Chelsea number 9, Romelu Lukaku.
Come on, Chelsea!
Offside given against Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta's offside, folks. Still Chelsea 0, Man City 0. 2 minutes played, or 3 minutes played.
Last season before winning here with a last-minute Marcos Alonso goal. City have won 7 games in a row and showed real guts and determination to win at Arsenal in the last league match. Chelsea's 3 victories have been in cup competitions, having drawn their last 2 in the league before that. Kyle Walker given away to N'Golo Kante.
Come on, Chelsea!
Walker gives the ball away to Kante and he's gone short. He's gone into midfield. Lukaku's the ball. You've got to play that first ball.
Go on, Lukaku! Unlucky! Unlucky! Come on, Chelsea! Chelsea! It's going to be interesting to see how this game starts.
Constantly got caught, given possession to Manchester City. They have to play long today, with quality of course, but into Lukaku's chest, anything above like that, and they're in.
It's an interesting ball towards Grealish.
Well done, Kepa! Well done, Kepa!
It's a let-off there for Chelsea, an early concern here for Azpilicueta, who's down.
Azpilicueta's down for Chelsea. It doesn't look good.
Come out and hit it with his shin. Why doesn't he just keep his eye on it and clear the ball? He's there in plenty of time. He just must be panicking, the goalkeeper. This is off his shin, watch.
Shin and tonic. Shin and tonic from our keeper, which is Kepa Arrizabalaga. Shin and tonic. But, like I say, folks, still Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. Sorry if you don't hear any sound, it keeps going off. Because I'm having to watch it via the TV because I get better sound and I can look at it better than look at it on my phone. So it makes it a lot more easier for me. Come on, Charles! Kovacic is on the ball for Chelsea. Now it's with Antonio Rudiger. Now it's with Azpilicueta. He's going to go back. Now he's passing it to Mateo Kovacic for Chelsea. Now it's with Lukaku. Lukaku's just made an error and now giving it to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling for City. Bernardo Silva. Now with Kyle Walker to Stones.
A win double really for Manchester City. The player
Stones has gone long. And Azpilicueta's dispossessed him. Now it's Pulisic. Pulisic to Alonso. Alonso tried to get to Lukaku. Couldn't work that one, unfortunately.
Came here to Manchester.
And here comes Man City again. About 5.5 minutes played. Chelsea 0. Man City 0 in the Premier League. City are on the ball at the moment. After a win on Wednesday, we are confident that we can end City's unbeaten run of games. I do believe that we can do it. It just shows if we can get a chance in this game, I think we can take it. But we need to more or less pray that the ball gets to Lukaku's feet, and he does enough. Let me know in the chat, folks, if you're watching the game, listen to the game on here, on the stream, or if you're watching it on BT Sports itself. It's Chelsea 0, Man City 0 in the Premier League.
His winning goal at Arsenal meant so much to the lead at the top of the table for Manchester City. Here's Stones. Walker. Sterling.
Come on, Charles! That's not a foul.
For the first time, and then he was hacked down by the Spaniard.
That's not a foul. No way that's a foul, ref. That's not a foul in any...
That's exactly what it is. Craig Paulson called into action for the
yeah,
first time, and
that's only a foul. That's only, he only got booked because two Manchester City players went over and said, why is that not booking? And then he went and booked him.
That goes past Alonso, low centre of gravity, can't do anything Alonso. Once you bring him down, attacking into those areas, regardless of the time on the clock, he's going to receive a yellow card. Brilliant play from the winger.
It was almost like 3 tackles, 3 fouls in one.
Come on, Charles!
It's an early problem defensively down that side for Chelsea now as well.
Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden are on the ball for Manchester City from this free kick.
A chance here from the free kick for Manchester City, which has Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne ready to deliver.
Ball goes in, headed away by Rudy. Mount Sarr. Mount Sarr got headed away from it. That is a good sign of things to come from Mount Sarr for Chelsea. Guys, put your question in the chat. And if you guys like the real...
Cancelo back again to Aymeric Laporte.
It's still...
Premier League meeting between the teams today. Teams who have shared 10 titles in the Premier League era. Sterling's found a little pocket of space here for Manchester City. It was well dealt with though in midfield.
Come on, Chelsea!
He's got to do plenty of that today alongside N'Golo Kante.
Chelsea gone back.
Kepa pressured. Was happy to see that Rudiger wasn't too far away. Such a difficult press to play through, isn't it, Glenn? This one from Manchester City.
And that's what they did very well at the bridge there, and in the end, you know, Chelsea have come out with possession this time. They took a bit of a chance, bit of a risk, but it's worth taking if you
Go on, Chelsea!
And they have done.
It's a good position for Pulisic to receive the ball for Chelsea, supporting
Come on,
him.
boys!
And now Kovacic.
You almost felt that Pulisic should have put Lukaku in, though, just in. Let him have a run. Because all he's done is gone backwards now. He went from breaking to going back.
Well, famous CFC.
Aspilicueta in towards Romelu
Go on.
Lukaku. And
Go on, Lukaku!
on Stones.
Romelu!
It's Lukaku on the move, and he plays.
Oh, it's huge!
He was offside.
Oh!
Fantastic position, though.
Lukaku went through. Passed it to Ziyech, he was offside. Oh, that was a good play from Chelsea. Unlucky.
It's just too
Unlucky.
too strong for Stones. Stones goes to ground.
Stones got out muscle by Lukaku. He tried passing it to Ziyech, who was offside, unlucky. But Chelsea keep playing like that. And I could see us getting a goal.
And take that shot.
Yeah, he's a centre forward, isn't he? He lives by his goals. The size of him, the strength of him, he just has to go forward and take the shot on. Ziyech was never
Come on, Chelsea!
He has to be aware of that. A better play and utilise.
Chelsea nil, Man City nil, 10 minutes played.
It's the 22-year-old Frenchman Alain Sarr has kept his place in the Chelsea team. There's no Andreas Christensen today. On another occasion, they might have used Aspilicueta in the back three, but bearing in mind Reece James is absent as well. They're a little bit thin on the ground in those defensive and wing-back positions, Chelsea. So it's a slightly different look to what we've become used to seeing from...
Go on, Chelsea! And then, guys, I am doing a...
Just to emphasise how quickly things can change in a...
I am doing another stream later on this evening, which will be between Chelsea, in the African Cup of Nations tonight, 7 o'clock, between Egypt and Guinea-Bissau.
Around quickly when you've got a team as consistently good as this one in Manchester City. Grealish up against...
Well done, Rudy! Well done, Rudy!
Chelsea centre-back.
Riley, the shot wasn't... Right, Riley. Lukaku got the ball, dispossessed it from Stones. He passed it to Ziyech. Ziyech was offside. Ziyech was offside when the pass was given to him from Lukaku. He was offside. Come on, Chelsea! Guys, put your questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. If you guys are new, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I really appreciate it. Let's get this channel further up. We're on 1.72k subscribers. Let's get it up.
Stronger bench, which is something you don't often say when you see a Manchester City substitutes bench these days. It's a lovely ball by Cancelo to Kevin De Bruyne. Pulls it back and Alonso.
Well done, Alonso!
To clear. Chelsea worked the situation so well down that side, though, City.
They did. It was De Bruyne as well that sussed out that Chelsea are playing a highish line, and he's prepared to go in behind without the ball. It was a great run. Kepa has to be sweeping a little bit.
Come on, Chelsea!
Sterling wants to take on Alonso and delivers a beautiful...
Well done, Aspi! City are dominating now. It's a shot. And there's a corner to Manchester City. 13 minutes played, 0-0. 13 minutes played, 0-0. Chelsea have got it all to do at the moment. We've been put under the cost by City.
Well defended by Aspilicueta.
The centre-backs have arrived in the box. Raheem Sterling with the ball in.
Well done, Kepa. Good save.
Excellent ball in again from Manchester City.
I think that might have been Stoke.
The back of Alonso and Kovacic.
Guys, put your questions in the chat. If any of you are new, let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you like this content.
Promising position here.
Oh, just went through Lukaku. Too much on the ball for Ramelu. And Thomas Tuchel ain't happy.
It was as well, and that was a great position to get your little inside forwards in there. Turned on the ball. Lukaku 1v1. He's got to slide the ball in with a bit of weight of pass, and Lukaku's in. They're important moments for Chelsea. They've got to take advantage of those.
Come on, boys. Come on, Chelsea.
It's a simple ball.
So Foden just dropped in.
How is that a foul? How is that a foul?
Ends the Chelsea counter-attack that was imminent.
That's never a foul.
He goes early, doesn't he? He goes to ground early, slides round. I mean, that to me is a fantastic sliding tackle.
See, so even commentators have said that's a good challenge. So how is that be given as a foul?
A bold thing to do, but very clever.
As Cancelo has played the most games for Manchester City this season. Now Stones.
Come on, Chelsea!
Cancelo supported here by Grealish, who's over there against Aspilicueta. Cancelo to Rodri.
Come on, boys! City on the ball at the moment. About 50 minutes played, 0-0 Chelsea. I've had half a chance, which could have been taken if Ziyech stayed on side. We had another chance with Ziyech if he passed the ball a bit less venom to Lukaku. Lukaku would have been through one-on-one. City have had a header. Other than that, Chelsea been alright.
When City have got balls in midfield, this is the problem for Chelsea out here. 1v1 against Alonso, he's been booked as well. Sterling for me now has just got players that are wide right now, and I think they're getting behind that way.
Foden keeps the move alive despite the pressure from Thiago Silva. Off goes Sterling, accelerating again, and Sarr got there with a really important Chelsea challenge. He's disappointed that he's not being given as a goal kick, but he timed it perfectly, Sarr.
Yeah, looked like a corner, didn't it? Great pace though, wasn't it, from Raheem Sterling? Alonso's backed off him, can't touch him. This side he goes
Our
inside.
timekeeping sponsor for the game is
early City pressure, corner taken by Foden. It's a deep one towards Stones, and in fact,
well done out for a goal kick. Well done. Crap corner by Foden. So far, not bad for Chelsea so far.
Here's that chance for Ziyech. Look, he's got turned. He's got time on the ball. He's got all the open spaces. Look, Lukaku, look at the manager's not happy either. Look at that. He is absolutely disoriented. He knows they're important moments. It's not creating a chance. It's not a shot goal on him, but he knows that.
Come on, Charles, we can do this.
For Lukaku, and they go 1-0 up.
Come on, Kevin, get on the desk in. Kevin Sabaraka. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chelsea versus Man City in the Premier League. About 18 minutes played. Chelsea 0, Man City 0.
I think he deserves a fair amount of praise, the Manchester
Guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question guys put in front of me. It's going to be a good game.
About it with the minimum of fuss. I think there were 21 people here, players and staff, affected by it recently, but they never really considered having games called off, etc. They just knuckled down and got on with it, Steve, and I think they should be applauded for that, because It's been difficult for them here.
Absolutely, we hear all stories of different rules and regulations. And
Come on, Charles!
Even now we still don't know what regulates getting a game called off, but you're right. Manchester City have got on about the business. Opens up a very strong lead. Of course, one in the cup as well.
That's definitely a foul. You push the edge to the ground. What an idiot.
Walker clashing there with Ziyech, which has brought the free kick here for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just overrun the ball, didn't he, Walker, there? And he's having a little fight up with Ziyech. Ziyech's done his job, gets back in, makes it difficult for the fullback, but he's lost his rag again there, Walker.
He must not hide playing against Ziyech.
Alonso So up to Romelu Lukaku, flicked on then towards Christian.
Oh, you jammy
defended by
kids.
Cancelo.
Chelsea are giving Man City a game. We are giving them a game. City have not really had a sniff at goal.
Goes Phil Foden, Malang Sarr
And
back
that's
there
what we're to do. If we were to get a point out of this game, I would be quite content.
I think it's fascinating today, Glenn, watching this Manchester City front three of Grealish, Foden and Sterling, bearing in mind...
I would be happy with a draw. Are you guys happy with a draw, or would you prefer the win? Would you prefer a point? If we were to get a point from the Etihad, would you take that as a good result?
I'm a bit surprised at how sort of dominant Chelsea have come, and they've been very aggressive in the way that their start position is high. It'd
be interested to hear from you, the Chelsea fans.
Somebody from midfield's got to break forward, because at the moment Chelsea would be happy with the way they're defending against City. But no, it's an exciting three, isn't it? Will we ever see that for England? Maybe.
What you see about Chelsea's defence, they don't move though, do they? The Foden drops off. Thiago Silva's not interested in going with him at all. He just shouts Kante or Kovacic to let him have it, and they stay nice and compact there.
Come on, Chelsea!
Antonio Rudiger out there for Chelsea, and Rudiger is so good in City.
Hey! Well done! Well done, Rudy! Rudy!
That one-on-one, doesn't he, Rudiger? As a defender, he knows Grealish has got ability, is in the position there, he just covers the ball well, takes the foul as well. Cancelo, stupid foul, really. Rudiger's got all the problems. He's in the corner flag, and he makes it an easy day for him by fouling him. But so far, I think Chelsea have been quite happy with the way they've defended. They've just got to break and make those little balls that we talked about, Ziyech and Pulisic. They've got to feed Lukaku, and I think that's...
Come on, Chelsea!
I've noticed as well that they're going longer, Darren. They're not playing out from the back. They've learnt from the performance at the bridge where they got caught, the press. They're playing a lot longer and direct.
Thomas Tuchel said yesterday...
Oh, lucky Sarr!
...passive when they played at Stamford Bridge, and you can see that it's a clear intent...
Well done, Kovacic! Well done!
Ziyech.
Oh!
In towards Lukaku, that was easily read and dealt with in there by Laporte.
Come on, Chelsea!
Now City can come forward through Kevin De Bruyne.
Chelsea 0, Man City 0, 21 minutes played. So far, not bad from the Blues. We're just gonna keep going.
Cross is swung in towards Jack Grealish by Rodri. City still have it here with Raheem Sterling.
Come on, keep the pressure. If you guys like the stream, with the thumbs up button to get to the like, subscribe if you are new. Still 0-0. We're giving it our all. Give Chelsea praise. The way we're playing, we're doing well.
Silva is pointing and organising, encouraging in the middle of that Chelsea back three at the moment. A back three that becomes a back five when City have got the ball, and so far has been very, very solid for them.
Guys, if you want to put anything in the chat, don't make anything silly, don't make anything stupid. Let's have a decent conversation during the Chelsea versus Man City game.
Through the legs towards...
Whoa, sit down! Sit down!
Manchester City number 7 by surprise.
Get in!
Yeah,
Come on, Chelsea.
And it's only natural, because you don't expect it to fly through a defender's legs to you, but it just got through Sarr's legs. Just wrong foot.
Come on, Chelsea!
He made a good run, actually. De Bruyne made a decent run. Sterling did.
Chelsea 0, Man City 0. So far, I'm enjoying this game.
Yeah, that little run that De Bruyne just made there, they do that all the time when they have
For the entertainment.
They haven't had it today. So many opportunities where they can make them little blind runs in behind and create space.
It's a perfect day for football here at the Etihad. It's not as cold as it might have been. Perfect.
Go on, Lukaku! Unlucky Lukaku!
Which is always...
Unlucky Ramo!
Of these Premier League grounds these days, immaculate surfaces to play on. It's a fascinating tactical battle down there at the moment between the teams who are first and second.
Come on, boys!
Premier League table. Grealish on to Kevin De Bruyne.
Well done, Kepa! Well done, Kepa.
Yeah, Aspilicueta gets caught out running forwards.
Yeah. Got caught out the back.
Again, a way to run.
Gave
this
it to De
time.
Bruyne, who tried to cross it in, or did he have a cross-come shot?
Simple enough.
And it went into the hands of Kepa in the Chelsea goal. So far, it's still 0-0, but it's end-to-end.
Walker, Foden,
Come on, Chelsea.
Silva. Sterling wants to tease and torment Alonso. Every opportunity. Flicked in by Rodri. Over the head of Aspilicueta. Cancelo gets there.
Well done, Rudy.
Thankfully for Chelsea, so did Rudiger.
Oh, Maran Sarr, what are you doing? Come on.
Cancelo profiting there, Steve, by chasing the lost cause.
Yeah, he just gets caught. Aspilicueta running forwards. Doesn't get much on it. Cancelo comes in round the back.
Come on, Chelsea, let's keep the pressure going.
Free kick conceded by Bernardo Silva. It's the first time in 6 years, only the second time ever, that City and Chelsea are playing against each other as the top two teams in the division. Thomas Tuchel, who celebrates a year in charge of Chelsea next weekend. It's been a successful year for the German as well, with the Champions League victory. Now they're into the final of the League Cup as well. Advantage played, it's Bernardo Silva. Now Sterling. It's a lovely turn. Sarr in there.
Come on, Chelsea! Get it out! Get it out, boys!
Yeah, they're just starting to get some overloads now, City. 2v1s on the left side and the right side. Just get penetrating past the 18-yard box. That's when they're at their very, very best. And every tackle Chelsea after making that penalty area has got to be spot on.
So Lukaku, the player who can give the defence a bit of a rest, but he has to hold on to the ball better than that, Glenn.
Yeah, Kaku, you can do better than that, son.
He's got to hold the ball up. He can spin those two defenders as well on the break, but that's poor play. Done it a couple of times now. Hold it up.
He's
and
not
wait.
holding it, is he?
No.
He wants to lay it off first time.
If he holds it up, Maka, then he's midfield, and he's Ziyech and Pulisic, who have not really been in the game. Pulisic particularly. They can then support the play, but when you're unsure that your big centre forward's not holding the ball up properly, you can't commit yourself.
Manchester City, the best team in the Premier League, and quite possibly the best team in Europe in putting a team under pressure and then keeping them under pressure.
Come on, Chelsea!
It's been a pressurised
Well, we need to do something
for Chelsea, but so far they've held firm. Approaching 27 minutes, 0-0, not too many scares for Kepa Arrizabalaga, who's playing a Premier League match for just the second time.
Guys, put your question in the
This
chat. I'm happy
season,
to
kept a
answer
clean sheet at
any
Spurs.
questions you guys put in front of me.
His only other appearance.
0-0.
Thomas Tuchel will be delighted with a clean sheet from his goalkeeper here today.
I would. If we were to get anything from this game, it would be like I would be
De Bruyne.
saying the players deserve that.
Losing out to
Deserve a
Aspilicueta.
result.
These are the situations where you feel Chelsea have got to make
Come on,
something.
Pulisic! Pulisic!
Christian Pulisic,
Aspie!
Aspilicueta
Ah!
against Chelsea.
Just took too long, didn't he, Pulisic? Had 3, 4, 5 touches before he tried to get it into the box. Has to go earlier.
Pulisic making that mistake again.
I've got to say it, they've ended up with a couple of really good positions, Ziyech and Pulisic, where I think Mason Mount, we're all surprised why he hasn't started this game. I think that's somebody who likes to get in that box as well, play and go, and well, they're missing that. They've been in some great positions if he's on that pitch. He's sitting on the bench at the moment.
The legend is Mason Mount.
He's on a very strong Chelsea bench today.
It's a very good player, is Mason Mount. We need to bring him on.
There's a couple of games to tell you about on BT Sport on Tuesday night. Burnley against Watford, COVID permitting. Burnley's game this weekend postponed. Brighton against Chelsea as well. You can see those games on 2HD and also on 1HD and Ultimate.
Go on, Charles!
A great deal of room on that side for Christian Pulisic. Rudiger into Kovacic, who's closed down quickly by Sterling.
Wow! 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 Wow!
Kante just about
Chelsea have got the ball out from that! I've got the ball out of nothing from that! I'll still take that. Grab your hands. Grab your hands, Steve. We got out of it. We got out of that predicament. Just not doing anything.
Tuchel there, he's saying, I want you up. As soon as that ball gets cleared, I want you 15 yards further up the pitch. He's pleading with his back five to get even higher than they
Come on,
have been.
boys! Chelsea 0, Man City 0. Half an hour played.
So Grealish, Rodri.
Oh, don't let him score. I can't stand Jack Grealish, man. Oh, Alonso! Oh, Alonso! You finally done something! Before 7 minutes, after getting booked. Only the second thing he's done all game. We definitely, this transfer window, need to get a left back. And it's like, desperately, now.
Kyle Walker. Rodri. Good work in the midfield there by Kovacic.
Well done, ref!
Given here to Chelsea.
Free kick to the Mighty Blues, boys. Boys. We're going for it. I'll say we're going for it today.
I think it was interesting today, Glenn, when we looked at the team sheets and saw the
Fucking
players who
hell.
were left out.
Sorry about that, folks, but that was
Put in,
strange.
you know, when you think that Jorginho isn't in there today, Mount's not in there for Chelsea, there's no Ruben Diaz for Manchester City.
Come on, Chelsea!
Players who they
Go!
like, but they're not
Have you ever
playing,
been?
that's
Where are fighters CFC?
a resting situation.
Go on!
We're not sure, of
If you'd
course.
have asked me before the game, those three, I'd have said all three of them would be definites to start today. So the managers know better, don't they? They're with them. They might just feel a little knock or a bit of fatigue. I don't know. But,
Kovacic, why do that? Why?
Bernardo Silva.
Why?
Yeah, he was away, wasn't he, Bernardo Silva?
That's why I would say,
The
why
question
do
is,
the
does
challenge?
he get any of the ball? The answer's no. Slides in, late.
Yeah, that is a definite foul. I'll give that. Definite foul. Free kick to Man City. Foul for Kovacic on Bernardo
Chelsea,
Silva.
Kovacic joining Alonso in Craig Pawson's notebook. It's De Bruyne with the delivery.
Well done, Alonso!
There well by
Alonso did the right thing. Alonso did the right thing.
To steer it behind for the corner.
Nice ball, wasn't it, by De Bruyne?
Alonso did the right thing. That was the only thing he could have done. That was the only thing he could have done. Was to just get it.
Tall from Stones, joined by Rodri here. Tall trio for Manchester City. Corner taken by De Bruyne, headed away.
Well done, Rudy! Get it out! If we can get to half time 0-0, I'll be happy.
There's Bernardo Silva. It's a little bit isolated out here.
That's not a foul! No way that's a foul! Bernardo Silva, you were making the most of that. That is no way that's a foul in all my life. You got pushed off strength. That was strength. And you just got absolutely boiled off the ball by Malang Sarr of all people. That is the weirdest thing. How on earth did Malang Sarr manage to literally strength off Bernardo Silva of all people? Even that. Alonso is the catalyst. Alonso is the catalyst for our mistakes so far in this game. Oh. Most of our mistakes are coming through Marcos Alonso. Thomas Tuchel, bring on Mason Mount in the second half. Please. Please. And take off Ziyech. Because Ziyech has done fuck all. Sorry my language, folks, but it needs to be heard. Ziyech needs to go off. Because 2 chances that we had, if Mount was within his place, we might have actually had 2 good opportunities. And Lukaku would have been through on goal. That's what I'm saying. We're just going to be quick. But we are not having time. We're wasting them. We're being too quick. Which for me is not good enough. We've got to keep playing where we are. Oh my days. I thought I stayed in.
Over there for Joao Cancelo, who says there was a touch, a Chelsea touch. The assistant over there agrees.
That's bad ball. That's a lot of ball. Guys, put your question in the chat, like, something, and subscribe if you are new. Clear it, Marcos. Clear it. Take that. Take that. I'm not Sterling. I'm not Sterling. I do not like you. I do not like you. Raheem stupid Sterling. I'm that. Free kick just for a simple push. Oh, I'll take it. Every day of the week I'll take that. Still Chelsea 0, Man City 0, but I will still say that most of our mistakes are coming through the line, the left back and Alonso, because he got booked so early for something that I wasn't thinking was a foul. But
if anything, Glenn, that the hair's blonder and brighter than it was in the summer for Phil Foden.
I'll tell you what, I've got to say, I thought Alonso really kept his cool, didn't he? My word, he didn't panic at all. Just got the little nudge from Sterling and went down, and it was really good defending.
we're just going to keep going, keep praying how we are, and see what result we can get from this game. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like it's end to end. So you really don't know when the goal, who's going to get the goal, who's going to come from. City are having the chances, but they just at the moment, because of how we're playing, they can't take them. Well done, keeper. Right thing to do. I knew he would have picked up if he was in his box, but unfortunately he couldn't do much.
Had 8 days to prepare for today's game, having played against Swindon last Friday. It's out with injuries in the COVID outbreak that I mentioned. Chelsea needed their big players for the League Cup semi-final in midweek, and they're glad to have the likes of N'Golo Kante back and available today.
Come on, boys!
Here's Bernardo Silva.
Very, very animated Thomas Tuchel today. Most animators I've seen, he's just been berating this official this side.
Whee! That's why you are the empty ad. That's why you're the empty ad. That's why you're the empty ad. Because you don't see that often, City fans, unless you are winning or playing well.
Corner. Last touch off Sarr.
Come on, Chelsea, let's get to half time.
What a lovely run, wasn't it, by Sterling?
Yeah. Oh.
Corner.
Close, but I got to agree on that one. Come on, boys! Well done! Well done! Aspi! Come on, let's get to half time. Chelsea 0, Man City 0. 37 minutes played. A lot has happened in this game. Just a Chelsea can hold their own to half time, I will be proud of them. Because all to half time, not a lot of teams have done that.
8 minutes to go in the first half that's been dominated in terms of possession by Manchester City.
We already knew Man City were going to have the possession, but if the chances, when we get the ball, try and create something if we can.
Haven't been able to make the most of them, and the Manchester City pressure has continued to grow the longer the first half has gone on.
Come on, Chelsea!
Walker forward to De Bruyne, who found a pocket of space, and now he tries to find...
Well done, Rudy!
And it was superbly defended
Offside.
by Rudiger. The offside flag went up in the end, but it doesn't detract from the wonderful concentration showed by the German international Antonio Rudiger.
Yeah, it was a clear one, wasn't it, to everybody? De Bruyne was offside.
Well done.
And everybody from the Chelsea bench is up and out of the dugout and everything shouting at this fourth official. But the rules are the rules. You don't put it up until the player's finished.
The fourth official, Steve, is John Moss, so he's used to being shouted at.
Oh, John Moss is an arse.
I mean, we know that rule, but what what they haven't taken into consideration is the manager's heart, because you're not sure whether that's ever going to get put up, that flag.
It's a foul by Bernardo Silva.
Well done, boys!
Back to the game at Stamford Bridge when the sides played each other in September. He was outstanding, wasn't he, Bernardo Silva? That
Go on,
was a
Charles!
selfish role that he played for the team.
His all-round game was fantastic. I think Rio analysed it just before the game today, but he was outstanding, and he was going for a little purpose.
Oh no! Oh! Thank God!
It's a wonderful save by the Chelsea.
Oh, well done, Kepa! Well done, Kepa!
Comes up big for Chelsea.
Yeah, big mistake from Kovacic, trying to play inside the pitch.
Oh, Kovacic, what were you doing there?
Score, but it was a wonderful save from the keeper.
Well done, Kepa! Well done, Kepa! He's doing well with Mendy being at the African Cup of Nations and not even played yet.
Foden corner headed away powerfully by the Chelsea captain Aspilicueta.
He's got to put it away, hasn't he, Grealish? To be honest, he'll never get an easier chance than that, or a better chance. A decent save from Kepa, just come off his thigh, but he's got to put that in, surely.
It's his 22nd Manchester City game today, Jack Grealish. 3 goals so far after the £100 million move.
Come on, Chelsea!
In the summer.
Well done!
They keep playing backwards, so then Manchester City keep moving forwards up the pitch. They win the free kick, Malang Sarr plays backwards, and then they get hunted down and they come up with that big chance. They have to play forwards.
Oh, dirty kick! Dirty kick, Cancelo! Cancelo, you dirty bastard!
Cancelo reaching for the ball and Pulisic coming in to make the challenge.
Yeah, he gets a painful one on his shin there, but he's caused it himself, really. He slid in from a fair old distance, and Cancelo there, totally accidental, catches him on the shin. But that's what Chelsea have got to do, and that they did it okay in the first 10 minutes, didn't capitalise on it, but they've stopped playing that ball forward. Hasn't got to go long every time.
Come on, Chelsea!
Once you win the ball off City,
just keep playing, come on!
It's got to go into the cup, and then you support from there, but they've gone off the boil doing that.
I think it's more to do with the right, so we got Ziyech playing up front, which Mount suits that role a bit more, because against Liverpool we played absolutely well.
Silva's challenge was a
Get up, Foden!
Close to that. Kovacic
Good.
manages to screen it forward here to Christian Pulisic. Now on to Alonso.
Oh, don't give it to Alonso, we just lose it.
Rare trip into the Manchester City half for Chelsea.
Don't go backwards, go forwards. We have to cause trouble, and we ain't freaking doing anything.
And now Thiago Silva. Tuchel remains animated down below us.
I mean, he's constantly giving instructions to Malang Sarr and Thiago Silva.
Kante on the move, gives it away to Bernardo Silva. Pulisic trying to win.
Never handball, never handball.
Foden challenged there by Thiago Silva.
Oh, well done, Thiago. Keep the ball.
Rodri. And now Cancelo. It's a fascinating football match, Glenn, isn't it?
Come on, Chelsea!
Teams down there.
It certainly is. Tactically, it's amazing. You know, you're looking at Foden now, for instance. You know, we're saying he's playing in the centre forward central role, but no, he's having to come back deep, and they're trying to overflood the midfield City. But Chelsea will be happy if they can get down the tunnel with a clean sheet.
If we can get to half time 0-0, I'll take it as a positive to start off the game. We just don't do anything stupid. So I think if we get a point, I think we will take a point. I would slightly take, just because it would mean we managed to gain it from the game, which a lot of people would have written us off.
Just off balance. So this is the free kick that generated the chance for Manchester City. Goes back, and then they suddenly get hemmed in.
This is what I don't get. Malang Sarr caused all that problem.
Big chance for Grealish. I don't see why they don't get up the pitch, go a bit longer. They're under serious pressure at the moment, Chelsea. Pump it up to Lukaku, get bodies around him, But at least
What?
you're 70 yards away from your own goal.
One thing we need to do. Bring on Mason Mount. Bring on Mason Mount.
They learned from the bridge.
Don't forget to join us on Wednesday night, Leicester against Tottenham from 7 o'clock on 2HD. And you can also see Brentford against Manchester United from 7:30. That's on 1HD and Ultimate.
Oi! That's filth. Foden, that's
It's been
filthy.
a fascinating first half here at the Etihad Stadium between top
No,
of
it's
the
the
table
empty ad.
Manchester City,
It's the empty ad.
second
It's always
place
empty.
Chelsea.
Woo!
Two teams separated by
Hello,
10
5 of you in the
points.
chat. Glad you can join the
It's a
Chelsea
huge
versus
game.
Manchester
The
City.
teams
What's wrong?
trying to chase down the defending Premier League champions. Defended over there by Cancelo.
But at least that's better. Silly
God, Chelsea!
puts it forward, they head it out, and now
Guys,
we've
put your
got
question in the
a
chat. I'm
booster
happy to answer
forward
any questions you guys put in front of me.
in the latter half of the pitch.
Come on, come on, Chelsea! Chelsea 0, Man City 0, heading into half time. Which I will take half time 0-0. Would you have said that to me? Would I take that? Yes, I would. If we can go and do the impossible. Put it in the box, you bunch of twats. Put it in the box, you bunch of twats.
Rudiger battling to hold on to it. Those two have been coming
How's that
together
not a
in the
foul?
Champions League final.
Well done, Thiago!
Here's Ziyech for Chelsea, looking to finish the first half with a flourish.
1 minute of add on time in the first half. 1 minute.
Kovacic.
Might have a chance. Might actually have a shot or
They
something.
get themselves into those wide positions, Steve. They've got a number 9 in the middle, desperate for the ball into the box,
I know.
and it's never coming.
I'm as baffled as you. Lukaku's put his hand
Get
up and
Mason
down,
Mount on the pitch, on the pitch.
and hasn't received it once. And they've constantly gone backwards and backwards when they're in decent
Win!
possession.
Mason Mount on the pitch. Mason Mount on the pitch. Mason Mount on the pitch. Because we might fucking do something. Because we might actually do something with him on the pitch.
Sarr onto Alonso. Final few seconds in the first half.
Chelsea! 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 Well done, boys!
It's half time, and it's 0-0 at the break. The best chance of the first half falling to that man there, Jack Grealish, one-on-one against Kepa Arrizabalaga. And the Chelsea goalkeeper standing in for Edouard Mendy, who's away at the Africa Cup of Nations, made a really important...
Half time at the Etihad. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. Chelsea! We're Chelsea! Oh, Chelsea! We're Chelsea! We're Chelsea! We're Chelsea! Oh, Chelsea!
Manchester City pressure. Half time at the Etihad, 0-0.
Come on, boys! Guys, put your questions in the chat. I'm going to put a poll in the chat in a minute for you guys to vote. And you guys can have your say. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Who you guys think will win? 66% have gone Manchester City. 33% have gone Chelsea. 0 have gone a draw. So, interesting that one. So, guys, put your question in the chat. I'm going to put a poll in the chat for you guys. There we go. This is the poll for you guys to vote on. Vote in the poll in the chat. Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you guys like it, go and like the reels on my Instagram. That lets people know when we are live on YouTube. Because I do stuff to let people know we're live on YouTube. And everything else. But at the moment, it is Chelsea 0. That shows the mighty John Terry, even though he's playing golf, is watching Chelsea. Shows his loyalties, where loyalties lie. Yeah. And at the moment, we're actually doing really well. Playing with really good tenacity. Go and vote, folks, in the chat in what you think of the first half. If you guys think it was brilliant. If you guys think it was end-to-end. And if you guys think it could have been better. Or you guys think other. And then, I'm going to say to you guys now. If you guys put other in the chat. Let me know what your opinions are. What you think the other could be. Because at the moment, it's not been a bad... Like I say, I'm proud of the boys for how they played this second half. The first half. They played with tenacity. They played with absolute guts, willingness, end to end. They absolutely they're doing themselves proud. And I can't be any proud to be a Chelsea fan at the moment because we're holding our own. And the way that we're playing with having it 3 at the back and then suddenly as soon as City attack, it then goes to a 5. It works. We're doing so well in that sort of position. It's working wonders. Half time on the watch along, folks. It is Chelsea 0, Man City 0. Comment in the chat, folks. Come and have your say in the poll. Come and get and chat in the chat as well. Have a say in what you think the first half is. And come and say hello. Come and say hi. Ready for the second half. In a big game that could decide if Chelsea is still in the title race. Or Man City will become Premier League champions for the second season in a row. Let's go, boys. Fingers crossed. Good luck. Come on, the Blues. So far, not a bad first half from us. But let's see what happens in the second half. Guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. It's going to be an interesting stream today. Today was...
Welcome back, it's nice to have your company. Just a quick reminder that you can see the Ashes here on BT Sport Australia on top in the final test, as they basically have been since the very start. You can see day 3 tomorrow morning from 3:30 in the morning. As well as that, the Women's Ashes gets going. We're hoping for a little bit better from the England women. You can see the first T20 Thursday, 7:45 here on BT Sport. So goalless in the first half, but Manchester City very much in control. And we look at this opportunity here for Jack Grealish. The whole thing comes from Chelsea being in possession and Manchester City showing...
God, Chelsea! God, Chelsea! God, Chelsea!
Well, we spoke about it when we showed the clips. If you play into Man City's hand, which is playing short passes, multiple short passes in your own half, that's what they want. They press. You can see here the light blue shirts, they're pressing the dark blue shirts there. And when you get in these positions here, you've got to be perfect and lucky to get out of there. They nick it, and you just need a more probably composed, better finish there from Jack. He'll be cursing himself for half time.
Good save though.
Very good save, but he shouldn't be allowing the keeper a chance. He'd want to finish that. I think he'd be disappointed with himself.
Yeah, you think if you're going through the middle of the goal, it's the opportunity you want, but it's a good save. It is a good save.
You've been watching the back and down the right-hand side out of this window, haven't you, for that first half?
Yeah, this is the Raheem I love to see. I think when he gets it and running at a defender 1v1, multiple times he will go past someone. I don't care who you are. The fact that he's so strong and obviously he's quick that we know, but he's so direct here. And obviously Alonso gets booked early on, which makes it hard for him. And then you see in the final clip, when he goes past him for the second time, in the final clip, we were talking about it here, and if Sarr holds his position a little bit, because now he's scared of him going down the line, so he's showing him inside. And for me, if Sarr holds his position a little bit longer, he's running onto him rather than creating a space for him to run into. And that's the bit they're going to have to get right the second half, because even though Alonso's on a yellow card, I still believe Raheem can get at him a bit more.
Yeah, now Chelsea, Sarr and Alonso need to work out that, because that's where the threat's coming from. Raheem fancies it today. First 2 occasions he's gone past Alonso, and as a winger, that you're in business.
God, Chelsea!
Tuchel needs to get a grip of that, and them two need to double up on him and stop that.
Alonso's grown into it, to be fair to him. And
Chelsea! 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 Oh, Chelsea!
We've been watching, haven't we? Get out there and say, give me the ball, he's on a yellow card, I'm going to isolate him and get a red card if you can.
What will the conversation be in the away dressing room right now?
Well, Thomas Tuchel will be delighted his level. They've done some good things, Chelsea, but one thing we alluded to at the start of the game, against this Man City, you need to avoid the press, you need to play forward. In this situation, this is goal, you have to go forward. Pulisic comes in, can he pop that to Ziyech and keep going? Now he can go out wide, but they choose to come back, and what that does is it invites pressure. Actually, that playing out the back has been not bad, but it's unnecessary. So at times you mix it up, because you've got Lukaku up there who's touched the ball fewer than anyone else on the pitch in the first half. You know, you've got to feed the big man, you've got to get out there. We all like pretty football, but eventually you've done unbelievable to come out, and then you end up kicking it out of play, and it's frustrated Tuchel. You need to go for the throat against Man City when you get the chance.
And you can't be predictable. At the moment, they're predictable.
Go on, boys!
They're always going to play the short pass. They're going to have to change that up if they're going to get something out of the game.
All right, gents, thanks very much. So goalless at the break. However, Manchester City will just keep us left far away from...
Yeah, Kepa's left far away from going 1-0 up. Oh, Kepa's left far. Hopefully Chelsea can do better in the second half. For me, we need to bring Mason Mount on. Give him a bit of something to work on. Give him something to push for. Come on, Chelsea! Come on, Chelsea! Guys, vote on the first half. Tell me what you think of what you guys think of the first half. Have your say and opinions. So you guys can hear what the real is.
Chelsea nil, Man City nil. Comment in the chat, folks. Come and have your say in the poll. Come and get and chat in the chat as well. Have a say in what you think the first half is, and come and say hello. Come and say hi. Ready for the second half in a big game that could decide if Chelsea is still in the title race or Man City will become Premier League champions for the second season in a row. Let's go, boys. Fingers crossed. Good luck. Go on the Blues. So far, not a bad first half from us, but let's see what happens in the second half. Half time.
Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea!
Look how crazy the fucking view is right now. This is some Scooby-Doo shit again. Nah, this is lit.
We're Chelsea! We're Chelsea! We're Chelsea! Oh, Chelsea!
Tell me you're a 90s.
Come on, boys. We need to play better in the second half. Bring someone on at half time. For me, bring on someone like a Mason Mount. Get us thinking we can go for this. If we open up the spaces and open up the chances, you never know.
As soon as you're finished at the Etihad, stay on for BT Sports Score, a massive day for 3 of the bottom 4.
It is a huge day in the fight for survival in the Premier League, but we've got everything covered in the Football League, in Scotland and in the FA Trophy as well. We'll see you just before 3.
We look forward to it. As you can see, Chelsea making their way out. What do you want to see from them in the second half, Joe?
More penetration, more progression, get the ball forward. I would say to the goalkeeper, Kepa, next time you get the ball, let's kick it once or twice and let's get up with Lukaku and let's just see how Man City respond.
Long ball team, though.
Well, not exactly.
Joe Cole calling for the long ball. What about from a City perspective?
More the same. Again, a bit more clinical in front of goal, but they seem to be in control of the pace of the game. Just got to be wary of the threat that the car proposes.
As a neutral, I'd love to see Foden get involved a bit more. He showed one glimpse and one example of how great he can be when he opened the game up with about 5 players around him. So, as a neutral, I'd like to see him get some nice touches.
You're a neutral, are you, today?
Of course I am. I don't like both teams.
Steve McManaman, Glenn Hoddle, Darren Fletcher, all yours for the second half.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you, fellas. Perfect timing. Phil Foden gets the second
Go on,
half
Chelsea!
underway. Neither manager, Pep Guardiola, nor Thomas Tuchel has made a change at half-time, although the Mason Mount half-time work was a little bit different to the others in the Chelsea group. So whether he's at the forefront of Thomas Tuchel's mind...
Go on,
he's certainly at the
Chelsea!
forefront of your mind, Glenn, isn't he, at the moment, Mason Mount?
Yeah, very much so. I think I'd have had him on at half time, but it looked to me he was the only one that was really going through his paces really at half time.
Lovely ball by Cancelo to Grealish. Placed that pass with the outside of his boot so well.
Come on, Chelsea! Let's keep the line!
Sterling to take on Alonso. Here's Walker. He's up there supporting Raheem Sterling down that Manchester City right-hand side. Now Bernardo Silva and now Laporte. Kovacic in there for Chelsea, and then Kante helps it on towards the...
Oh, look at Lukaku!
The ball. De Bruyne can skip away from Azpilicueta. Two in the box for Manchester City. Sterling went down under the challenge of Sarr.
I don't think he did anything wrong.
It's going to be checked by the VAR Darren England. Craig Pawson was a fair deal away from that, and the check is complete already. And I've got to say, there weren't too many protests from the man at the centre of it all, Steve, Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, it was Marcus Alonso at the far post. I quickly had a look at it, and I didn't think it was a penalty, to be honest.
Come on, Chelsea!
Slight coming together, but not a penalty.
It's the first time we've had to mention the VAR's name today, which has been excellent. That's a
Good!
It's Lukaku, and he's in.
Oh!
Save Edison.
Ziyech!
Still not clear. Ziyech with the
Oh!
hand off target. But just like we saw Kepa make
Romelu
the big
Lukaku
save
got
in the
put
first
for a
half
goal.
for
Chelsea
That's a big
nearly
one at
went
the other
1-0
end for
up.
Manchester City.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, lucky like Romelu!
Through from Kovacic. It really is a fabulous save. He's opened his body up, Lukaku, to go round him, but there he is trying to bend it round him, but I think Edison actually read him. He goes quite early. Ziyech doesn't keep over the top.
Unlucky! Best chance for Chelsea so far in this game.
Chelsea have been waiting for to set him free, and keeper comes up trumps.
He's a wonderful goalkeeper, Edison. He's kept a clean sheet in just about half of his Premier League appearances for Manchester City, and when they needed him there, he came up big for them with a really important save right at the start of this second half. It's the kind of service, though, Steve, that Lukaku's been waiting for.
Yeah, and they've done it quickly. Kovacic into Lukaku.
Unlucky, Pulisic!
Suddenly haven't done much in the first half.
Come on, Chelsea!
Out to Raheem Sterling, who took it down brilliantly for Manchester City. Running at Sarr. Good play by Sterling. Good defending by Sarr. Swung in then towards Grealish.
Get it out! Get it out!
And then Kante makes the clearance with Foden trying to turn. Kovacic to Lukaku.
Oh, it's a ball! That's a ball, but you ain't being Walker at the moment, man.
You're not wrong.
You ain't being Walker at the moment.
Was that a combination of Ziyech being slow and Walker being quick? Because that was rapid.
He's like lightning, isn't he?
Oh my word. Great to see just the
Chelsea are playing better now.
Christian Pulisic for Chelsea. A more open feel to it at the start of this second half. It's Alonso.
Oh, don't give him the ball within future to have a shot. Because he will never go anywhere.
Yeah, you get that feeling that Chelsea have come out really on the front foot, a bit more aggression. Blue shirts getting forward off the ball. They're prepared to run ahead of the ball actually at the moment. Look, there's three waiting for the crossing now. But
come on, Chelsea! We're playing so much better in the second half now.
Just is that enough to bring Sterling down? I think Sterling decided that he couldn't get to the ball.
Playing well. Give Chelsea credit when credit's due. We're playing really well.
City have won 11 Premier League games in a row. It was a 15-game winning run in the league that effectively wrapped up the league title last season. Both runs started at similar times of the season. And there is almost a feeling of deja vu around Manchester City at the moment with the form they're in. The defeat at West Ham in December is Chelsea's only loss in almost 4 months, but too many draws has been their issue. Alonso using his body there to keep Sterling out.
How is that not a foul? How is that not a foul?
Alonso, who was pleading for the free kick himself. Here's Phil Foden. Headed away by Rudiger, picked up now by De Bruyne, then away by Azpilicueta.
Come on, Chelsea!
And now Cancelo. Grealish.
Come on, boys! Chelsea 0, Man City 0, 51 minutes played.
Run on the far side that wasn't spotted by Rodri. Doesn't do it very often, Steve, but when he does, it's hard to defend.
And normally Rodri picks people out.
Way! Sit down.
It's one of those days, Glenn, where you could get the piece of dance music and you could mix Thomas Tuchel and Pep Guardiola in with all of the hand movements, and we can have a bit of fun with that.
I can't believe you said that. I was just looking at Pep there. I was thinking he's doing the okey-dokey. Yeah?
I went dance music, you went okie dokie. That's an era's thing, isn't it?
It certainly is. They're showing their passion on that on the sidelines, aren't they? Both of them.
Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea!
Non-stop.
Guardiola's actually lost more games against Chelsea than any other team as a manager. Won 6 and lost 5 this 11 Premier League games against them. Grealish with the cross.
Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that.
Foden was the closest to it for Manchester City.
Come on,
We
Chelsea.
haven't really got a recognised centre forward. That's how. One in the first half, one in the second half. Great by Jack Grealish.
Stones spotting the run of Walker. This time it's headed away by Alonso. Walker's caught, free kick.
Does catch him as well here. Look, just gets there first, Walker, and Kovacic, who's been booked, gives away that free kick in a wonderful position.
Ah, come on, Chelsea.
Silva, take your pick.
Laporte.
There's Laporte standing there.
He's been quickly told to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Bloody hell.
I think the message was you go and try and get the knockdown if it comes.
Yeah.
So it's left to Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. It's De Bruyne with a chip in towards John Stones.
Well done, Kepa.
By Kepa.
Well, maybe that's what Laporte was saying. Have a bit of disguise and put a little dink ball in, and he did it. But where was Laporte? He wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, Chelsea.
City have got the substitutes warming up down below us. Ruben Dias, Ilkay Gundogan, Gabriel Jesus, Havertz, Mount down there for Chelsea.
Come on, Chelsea. If you guys like the stream, with the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like, sub and subscribe if you are new.
It's better though by Chelsea. They've gone further up the field. At least they're trying to close down a bit more, higher up.
Come on, boys. Nearly 54 minutes played. Chelsea 0, Man City 0 still.
Stones looking for Walker's run. It's gone in behind Alonso. Picks out Sterling. Good disguise to get away from Sarr between 2 Chelsea defenders. Offside flag up.
Thank God
Offside
for
flag
that.
up.
I think the offside was up for Kyle Walker initially, but it has taken an eternity, hasn't it? Until the flag goes up. Let's have a look here. This ball by Stones. He sets off. Yeah, he's on offside. So that's what it goes, but instead of just putting the flag up there, he carries on and on and on. Yeah, it wasn't a penalty anyway, but it's immaterial. It was offside.
Oh, I'm loving that. Chelsea fans taking me out of City. Where's the European Cup? Because they ain't going to win it. They ain't going to win it, mate.
Rodri winning his header against Lukaku. N'Golo Kante.
Come on, boys.
And now Alonso. Manchester City nick it back again, and Raheem Sterling's off and running. That was a really important challenge by Kovacic.
Didn't help that Mount Sarr. It didn't help that Mount Sarr slipped.
By Sterling. Chelsea defenders had stopped. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. N'Golo Kante kept going, and that was important for the team in navy.
Clear it.
Rodri. Blocked by Sarr, spins behind for the corner. They were just a little bit unravelled there, Chelsea defensively.
Well, they're causing their own problems, not clearing the ball. You know, sometimes it's got to go. You've got Lukaku up there, send one forward and Get your team out, take the pressure off, and Man City are smelling the fact that they're making mistakes, Chelsea.
Stones and Laporte are in there. Rodri, Bernardo Silva the nearest to Kepa. Phil Foden's gone out there to take the corner. Gone for the near post. It was a Chelsea head. It was Azpilicueta. And it flashes behind for...
I thought that was going to be an own goal. That worried me for a minute there.
Yeah, I don't know what he was asking for, Azpilicueta. Bernardo Silva might have accidentally stood on the back of his shoe, but you just get on with it, only it wasn't a foul.
So Foden again on the Manchester City right. Again it's a near post ball, again it's the head of Azpilicueta that makes the clearance for Chelsea. Ziyech has lost it.
Oh, Ziyech, you need to come off, man.
Eventually cleared long by Kepa Arrizabalaga. Good header won by Laporte of Lukaku. Joe Cole was saying just before they handed back to us for the commentary, Glenn, that he wanted to see Chelsea be more direct in the second half. They continue to pass it short at the back, don't they?
Well, yeah,
This is what I'm not liking. I don't like it. It's playing short at the back because against City they're going to punish you because of it.
Drop a ball into Lukaku, but at the moment the two balls that he's just received are 50-50 headers and he's losing out.
There's Foden. Kovacic was there for Chelsea, now Walker.
It's that side of the pitch over there, though. They're having trouble, aren't they, Chelsea? Malang Sarr and Alonso.
N'Golo Kante manages to find a bit of respite for the team, and then De Bruyne with a challenge on Ziyech.
That wasn't subtle at all.
To Chelsea right in front of Thomas Tuchel.
It was a foul, wasn't it? But it just looked worse than it was. Started again by going backwards.
Start going forwards, lads. If you want to win this game, we've got to go forwards.
In the end, it ends up with the goalkeeper. They have a free kick on the halfway line. It goes back to the goalkeeper.
Are we playing for a 0-0? Are we playing for a 0-0?
Going forward, that's better.
And then that fucking happens. And then that happens.
It's the right idea, at least. See, Lukaku's actually clapping him. The intention was there, but...
I mean, the gap's that wide between the two of them, 10 points as it stands. I mean, a draw on paper looks a decent result at the Etihad for any team who'd come here, but it doesn't really help the Chelsea cause in what they need to do to keep the title race alive. They've got to somehow, Glenn, try and find a way to win the match today.
They've got to win it. They've got to win this game if they really feel that they've got a realistic chance of pipping City. But, you know, there might be a time Tuchel might think it's the last 20 minutes. If we're still in the game, then we'll make some changes. We said earlier that the bench looks stronger, actually, for Chelsea than City. That's where he might go for it. But they've got to be in that position to do that.
I think that's the thing, Glenn, isn't it?
It's just annoying. It's absolutely annoying.
Whether that's going to happen in the last 15, as Glenn rightly said, is another thing.
Chelsea have drawn 6 of their last 11 Premier League matches, which is what's allowed the gap to widen to the extent it has done. While Manchester City have been winning, Chelsea have been drawing matches. Here's Cancelo. Rodri. Walker. Sterling challenge all over there by Alonso.
I mean, as soon as we get the ball, we go fucking backwards like a bunch of twats.
By Rodri for Manchester City, off goes Sterling. Phil Foden, important foot by Sarr. Bernardo Silva on the run, and eventually,
Well done, Kepa.
Was pretty much stopped in its tracks by the deflection. Winds its way into the arms of Kepa.
Yeah, lose it again. And onto it, aren't they? Man City in the end. It's a good block from Malang Sarr. Well, how many warnings do they need?
Warnings?
Losing it when they want to play.
Warnings? We're going backwards more than going forwards. It's starting to piss me off. Yep, yet again.
There's Mateo Kovacic, Marcus Alonso. John Stones there ahead of Lukaku, just to nick it back to his goalkeeper, Ederson.
See Thomas Tuchel's reaction on that pass. That pass was on to Lukaku. Just was a poor ball by Alonso.
Free kick conceded there by Chelsea for the foul on Grealish. It was a brilliant ball there by Ederson before that, effortless really.
Come on, Chelsea!
Slipped away from Aspilicueta and then went down. Kante was there as well. It's a free kick here to Manchester
I don't
City.
think that's a foul.
Chelsea captain pleads his innocence to the
I don't think that's a foul.
Yeah, he dangled the right leg out, Aspilicueta. I don't know how much contact there is. I think he does just catch Grealish. This dangling like there.
He gets himself in an awful position as a defender. He's almost got his back to Grealish. Tries to make a tackle running the opposite way, and De Bruyne's eyes have lit up here. It's a great position. He might try and catch the keeper out here on that near post, or certainly got the two centre backs and Rodri going in on the far post. Got some options here.
Chelsea wall that's been organised by Kepa.
Have to take
De Bruyne there for Manchester City.
Have to take the shot on here, surely. A man of his quality.
Three-man wall.
Free kick to Man City.
Christian Pulisic off the end. He has gone to whip it.
Well done! Well done, Kepa.
Yeah, he's crossed that many into the box today and he had no change really from the Chelsea defenders, so whipping one in, trying to catch the goalkeeper out. He was ready for it.
Taken by Kevin De Bruyne. Kepa electing to punch forward, had it taken away from him by Bernardo Silva. And now the counter-attack on for Chelsea.
Don't stop! Don't stop! Keep going! Keep going!
Alonso then tackled over there by Bernardo Silva.
Yep, Alonso has been the vein of this team.
You can fizz them back to Ederson because he's as comfortable as anybody in the goalkeeping position when he receives the ball like that. Appealing for handball by Kante. Foden leading the protest. The referee letting it carry on. Thiago Silva. Aspilicueta.
Good, Charles!
Everything that Chelsea are doing at the moment, Glenn, in terms of keeping the ball is pretty much by the skin of the teeth.
Well, it's the pressure that they're under. Every player has got his head down. You know, there's a City player faced up.
Come on, Charles!
Chelsea play quickly, but they're being
Tuchel, you need to bring some players on. Bring on Mason Mount.
Yeah, City are hunting the ball down really well, aren't we? We're 65 minutes in and their intensity levels are still very strong.
Come on, boys!
I just sense that Chelsea need a bit of freshness in there to close the ball down when City have got it. Also to make some runs in behind, some fresh legs to get in behind this.
Well, they've just called Callum Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner back to the bench. So speed, fresh legs.
Speed!
Goal scoring threat is about to become.
I'm not doing that as a Chelsea fan. I'm going, Spoon! I'm doing my version of it. Spoon! Because that's what we rely on. Spoon!
Of course, they've got their leading scorer this season on the bench, Jorginho, but all of his goals have been scored from the penalty spot, but he does remain the leading scorer in all competitions. Mason Mount, the leading scorer in the Premier League, is also available to him. So
Good, bring on Mounty boy. Bring on Mounty boy.
The problem there, Darren, you've got to get in the opponent's penalty area to get a penalty.
To win a penalty, yeah.
Which they haven't done many times.
Oi! 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 Cheeky! Cheeky's here! It's cheeky.
With a chance to cross. The deflection off Walker brings
Corner! Finally! Go on! Go on, Charles! Finally do something great! Something for once in a blue moon. Not phrasing Man City song I wanted there, but it's just a phrase.
We think that Pulisic and Ziyech are going to be the players to make way.
Oh, thank God for that. Because Ziyech is not really done well. And Pulisic's not really done well. Not done much today. Corner to Chelsea. Let's see what happens from this corner. Someone in blue. In dark blue. Lukaku. Oh, Alonso. Just went into that with no vision.
And then the assistant changes his mind and points the flag the other way.
Yeah, it looked like a City ball. Yeah, comes off Grealish and then onto Alonso. There's a City throw-in.
Oh, Alonso took no prisoners on that one. No prisoners. Have it, Grealish. Because I don't like him. But so far, Chelsea are holding their own. But we are being sloppy at the back because we're taking too long to even clear the ball or even try and get it upfield. But try as much as we can to make City make mistakes. We might be able to have a chance. But I don't know if I can see it happening. It's like, it's 67 minutes played, Chelsea 0, Man City 0. If you took me right now and say we would be about 67 minutes in to a very big game in the Premier League against Man City at the Etihad, 0-0, would I take it? Yes, I fucking would.
The Champions League final as well, Kai Havertz, who's on the bench. There's De Bruyne and Rudiger renewing acquaintances.
Acquaintances? I ain't new acquaintances. Ooh. Well done, well done, Kante. Oh, Lukaku. Oh, Lukaku. Oi! Oi, ref. Oi, ref, that's a foul.
Promising position. Raheem Sterling takes on Saul.
Hey, sit down. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, nice ball by N'Golo Kante into Lukaku. And he goes down. The touch of Bernardo Silva. City breaks the close stuff. Valencia allows Sterling to get the shot off through his legs. Just veers wide.
Pulisic off for Werner.
Offensive players to come on, and I think that he's looking at this stage of the game.
Werner is on. Pulisic is on. Pulisic is off. Werner is on. Hakim Ziyech has gone off, and Hudson-Odoi has come on for Chelsea. Those are your two Chelsea substitutions. We've got one more left. Be interested to see what Thomas Tuchel does with it. But for me, bring on Mason Mount.
It was an easy substitution to make. They didn't influence the game at all. Pulisic and Ziyech.
I must say, I am surprised that Mason Mount hasn't come on.
The Chelsea fans just love taking the mickey out of Man City. Said, "Where's the European Cup?" Because we have it.
Of course, being declared negative, whether they just suffer a little bit or some of them are not as fit as the other, of the after effects of it all. But I'm very surprised as well. It'd be my first port of call, Mason Mount, on a game like this.
Cancelo picks out De Bruyne with a nice ball. Rides the challenge of N'Golo Kante. Takes the shot. Oh! Absolutely superb! Kevin De Bruyne with a wonderful goal for Manchester City.
1-0 Man City.
Picked his spot, picked out the corner. And the Premier League leaders, the defending Premier League champions, lead Chelsea 1-0.
Yeah, it was a brilliant goal. The skipper Kevin De Bruyne. He almost wants to pass it, can't pass it, then takes it on himself. They win the ball back. The only criticism he says, a great ball by João Cancelo. He has to bring them down then, fails to, looks for the pass, can't get it off, takes it on himself, just feeds it, bends it into that far corner. Pasqueta Nizabilaga, he's got no chance. Brilliant goal from De Bruyne to break the deadlock.
7 goals this season now for Kevin De Bruyne, and what a finish, Glenn.
That's a wonderful finish, it really is, because he's had to generate the power as well. The ball's going away from him, running away from him, as Steve says. He's looking to pass, and suddenly he just uses Thiago Silva to curl it round, and Kepa's trying to cover the other side of the goal. Can't get across. Wonderful, wonderful strike from De Bruyne.
Chelsea's problems of conceding goals in the Premier League continues. That's now 1 clean sheet in 10 matches in the Premier League. A team that started with 8 clean sheets in the first 12 have forgotten how to keep the ball out of their own net, but that's a goal that takes some stopping. Kevin De Bruyne has now scored 5 times against Chelsea in his career. It's the most goals he's scored against a single team for Manchester City.
Go on, Chelsea!
It's a goal that at the moment has Manchester City 13 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Alonso swings it in.
Go on! Oh!
A brilliant block by Laporte from Werner.
Oh! Best pass of play Chelsea have done. Nearly 1-1.
Smashes into from Werner. Brilliant block by Laporte.
Well, that changes the Chelsea tactic, Glenn, whether they like it or not. They've got to come out now because they can't.
Good, Chelsea!
Absolute certainty. Here's Lukaku. N'Golo Kante.
With Chelsea all the way! And now you go back. Go on, Chelsea! We have to go for it!
Picks out Rudiger. Now Aspilicueta. Plenty in the box here for Chelsea.
Oh, unlucky! Come on, let's keep going! Don't give up!
Here's De Bruyne. Glides away from Thiago Silva, and he got Raheem Sterling on, and he managed to get it past Malang Sarr.
The game's opened up, hasn't it, Chelsea?
Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea! Go on, Chelsea!
He's got to create one chance in the 18-yard box. It looks to me as if City might just pick them up on the break.
De Bruyne's got a problem at the other end. He's gone down and stayed down, which will be a concern here for Manchester City and for Pep Guardiola, the goal scorer, down.
Yeah, I think he just got a kick in his calf as he was trying to get that pass away. So hopefully it's only a knock like that and not a pull.
Let's have another look at this though, because when he picks the ball up, Kevin De Bruyne, you think the last thing he's going to do from there is score.
I think Cancelo's ball is actually excellent as well here. When they win the ball, lovely touch here. This is a beautiful pass. First time, opens, he gets goal side of Kante, and he's looking to pass to Sterling wide, but the last seconds you think that's not on, and it's split seconds where he makes those decisions, and bang, he's hit it in that bottom corner. Wonderful strike.
Yeah, he has to almost dig it out, doesn't he? Minimal backlift.
He's a wonderful footballer. And he's been so instrumental in what they've managed to achieve here at Manchester City. That's his 74th goal for the club. And there's a lot of relief from the man stood behind him to see him back on his feet, De Bruyne.
He's the type of player that can run a game. When he's playing at the very, very top levels, he can run a game. He hasn't been at that top level today, but a player like himself can be effective. He can change the game in one split second, and that's what he's done today.
Launched forward by Walker, headed by Malang Sarr. Thiago Silva under pressure from Foden, but manages to steer the ball here to Rudiger. 16 minutes to go at the Etihad. Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. The lead at the top, 13 points. From a Chelsea standpoint, it's essential they can do something in what remains of the match. Otherwise, you can see Manchester City disappearing over the title race horizon.
Who's European champions? Hey, I've had City! I'm still giving my. I still think we can get at least another chance and try and see if we can take it. That's all we can do.
With the Burnley game postponed this weekend, and you'll see Chelsea on Tuesday night as well, 7:30 on 1HD and Ultimate. They're at the Amex against Brighton, who have been in good form themselves in the Premier League this season. City's next 3 matches are against sides currently in the bottom half of the table. Southampton, Brentford and Norwich are on course at the moment for a 12th successive league victory.
I mean, come on, boys. It's too easy.
To pick out the ball.
Well done, sir.
Phil Foden, he turns round and applauds. It was headed back over there by Malang Sarr. That's nicely done by Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Go on, Chelsea!
N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic, Aspilicueta, Werner. Good defending by Kante.
Why do that? You know you're not going to get the ball through. Why try and do the pass, Werner? Why think? Think before you pass. Think, am I going to be able to get it through that?
We call him a fullback, but he plays more like a midfield player on the ball. He defends at times as a fullback, but if you could play him anywhere on the pitch and he'd affect the game.
Absolutely. Kante. Bernardo Silva there for Chelsea.
Every time we seem to get a ball through, what's weird is we are getting balls in to into good positions. It's just the thing is, a Man City player is either going to be jumping in front of you or sticks the leg out and it stops it dead, which is something you can't help. But
Thiago Silva, so he's going to be a Chelsea player until the end of next season. There aren't too many signs of him slowing down at 37.
I'm still proud of Chelsea, even if we lose 1-0. But we should be playing a lot better. It's just certain plays. It's starting Pulisic, who did hardly anything. Ziyech hardly did anything.
Just over 12 minutes of normal time to play.
It's good to see him coming on, but it's a little bit late for me. 12 minutes, maybe not enough for him to drag this game back for Chelsea.
Kante. Aspilicueta.
Oh, unlucky.
Much better by Chelsea.
Unlucky, boys.
Go forward now. It might be a little bit too late for them, but at least they're getting bodies forward. Good ball in.
Come on, Chelsea.
Excellent alert for it.
Come on, Chelsea. Well done, sir.
Battling with Sterling and winning it back well for Chelsea. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Well done, ref. Come on, Chelsea.
It was a foul, that's all. He goes to the ball, doesn't he? Just can't reach it. There's a little bit of a follow in there, actually. Good opportunity though for Chelsea. Get the big men forward now. Try and put a bit of pressure on.
Mason Mount! Come on, Mounty boy! Come on, save us! Out of our desperate hole! Come and save us out of a big hole! Depends who it comes on for.
Silva is in there as well, so is Malang Sarr, the three centre-backs. Responsibility for deliveries on the shoulders of Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Come on, Chelsea! Put the ball in the box!
Universal point to the temples for the referee when they want to stop the pushing and shoving in the penalty area.
Usual point to the temple.
It's a flat one that was well read. Defended comfortably by Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City. Lovely turn by Foden. Good challenge, Thiago.
Well done, Silva! That's why you're that good, Thiago!
Alonso.
Go on, Hudson-Odoi!
Lukaku and Werner in the middle.
For God's sake!
Yeah, his free kick was awful. And then he's just followed up with that.
Final Chelsea change is Mason Mount for Marcus Alonso with a bit less than 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, it looks like Hudson-Odoi will play like the left wing back and Mount will go in that little inside forward position.
Come on, Mount, show us what you can do.
Ilkay Gundogan is going to be a Manchester City change as well, the first that we've seen from from Pep Guardiola. He's down there ready. Here's Aspilicueta. The opportunity again there, Chelsea, to play the ball in behind Manchester City and chose not to.
Yeah.
Werner and Lukaku are making that run. They continue to set the standard, don't they? Manchester City, they had to sit back and watch Liverpool win a championship emphatically. The following season they ripped off 15 wins in a row to win the league, and then this season they're on course for 12 in a row, and they're 13 clear as it stands, and they continue to find a way to stay at the top of the tree. The gold standard in English football, Glenn, in every way at the moment, Manchester City. They're a joy to watch as well.
Well, they certainly are. For me, they're the best football inside in Europe, without any shadow of a doubt. And I'd include any international team for that in the world. They really are a super team, and now they look stronger defensively. Obviously, this is what I've been impressed with. A few years back, you could have a go at them. They were too open, but they've put that right as well. So they're ticking the box of every stage of football, with the ball and without the ball.
Come on, boys, let's actually get on the ball and do something.
It's the Champions League for me that they're really setting their sights on now.
Super ball by Ederson. Off goes Kyle Walker with the freedom of the City ahead of him. Now Sterling. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. And now De Bruyne. I think we saw at Arsenal, Steve, as well. They're a team that can win any kind of game now, aren't they, Manchester City?
Yeah, and you can look across the board and look at teams and think that they may draw games. They'll win most games, but they'll draw games. But Man City is so consistent. They don't even look as if they're going to draw games anymore. That's why if they get to 10, 12 points clear, no one's going to get that gap back on them. It'd be an incredible shock to them to drop those type of points, because we've seen it over the last 5 years that they don't do it.
Lovely turn by Sterling. He's got support as well. It's Phil Foden off target. The initial little run and burst from Raheem Sterling was top class.
It's just too quick again, isn't he? Drop at the shoulder and he's off. No one can touch him. He just comes across it a little bit flat, doesn't he, Foden? You wonder whether he could have bent it into that corner like De Bruyne did, but I think it was just stretching. So he's hit it quite the outside of his left foot.
Well, the Etihad is standing to applaud the man who might well be the match winner today, Kevin De Bruyne, who's going to be replaced here by Ilkay Gundogan. And there's so much appreciation around the stadium for the Belgium international.
Yeah, maybe that little kick on the calf's just affected what Pep wants to do with the substitutions. Has to be careful with the skipper, De Bruyne, bring them off. Could be the matchman, as you said.
Only 7 teams in the Premier League with a plus goal difference this season. It's quite bizarre. Manchester City are now plus 41, Steve, with the Kevin De Bruyne goal. Best defence in the Premier League, most goals scored in the Premier League. That pretty much means you're going to win the title, doesn't it, as well, when you've got all of those categories in your favour like that?
Yeah.
Kovacic in danger of losing it. He has lost it. Here's Gundogan. Sterling on the move. Lifts it in towards Foden, cleared away by Rudiger. Here's Rodri, now Grealish. Gets away from Aspilicueta. Tried the one from the angle that was saved by Kepa, who in actual fact did well to prevent the corner. The assistant on the far side had taken up a position right by the corner flag and was looking right along the line.
Yeah, he was in perfect position, wasn't he? Kept up the play well, and it's the second time that Grealish has gone on the outside. I think that's what he's got to do. I think Pep's probably had a word with him and said, look, you're becoming readable, you're coming inside all the time. The cover is always on the inside as well. They're giving the ball away again, Chelsea.
Bernardo Silva did brilliantly. Here's Cancelo.
Yeah, folks, what can I say? It took one moment of brilliance from Kevin De Bruyne to basically give City the win. Other than that, Chelsea would have had a point in this game, I think. And we held out for over an hour at 0-0. Most teams can say that.
Here's Aspilicueta. Kovacic, time running out for Chelsea. If you're going to be critical of Chelsea today, Glenn, you'd look at the attacking third and they just seem to lack ideas when they get the ball in the Manchester City half.
Well, we said in the first half, even in the second half a few times, it's the last ball, which is the vital ball.
That's okay, isn't it? My only criticism of every team at the top of the league wants to play nice football, which is fine. But against teams like City, with at least Chelsea's equal, if not better, and they push up the field, sometimes the ball over the top is the best ball you can play. They don't do it enough.
So Phil Foden's day is over. And the young England international is about to be replaced by the Brazilian Gabriel Jesus. What a gigantic hug from his manager when he came off, Phil Foden. And won by Cancelo. Here's Mount. Given away by Aspilicueta to Rodri. Won back well though by Kante. Mason Mount. Werner.
Well done, Mount.
Manages to keep the move alive for Chelsea. Then delivers the ball in towards cleared away by John Stones. Sarr with the header. Kovacic helps it on, but only picks out Bernardo Silva. He flicks one out nonchalantly here to Gabriel Jesus. Grealish challenged by Aspilicueta, throw into Chelsea. Chelsea play Brighton on Tuesday, then Spurs next weekend, which is their last Premier League match until the middle of February, because they've got FA Cup ties and the Club World Cup and the Premier League's winter break ahead of them. So others will play matches while they don't. So you wonder how wide the gap's going to be to Manchester City by the time they resume. It's about to become 13 points. The top of the Premier League between City and Chelsea and 14.
Oh, fuck off!
To, Liverpool before
You do it straight away for us, but when for Man City you do it about 5 or 6 seconds later.
The match today, Steve?
Well, in a tight game, we're going to go for Kevin De Bruyne, the match winner. This moment of magic, as well, considering a couple of minutes, has finished this game off for Chelsea. See, Kepa jumps right and then can't get left, but it was a wonderful finish. And he's the main man yet again, looks like.
So Kevin De Bruyne, the man of the match, 3 minutes of additional time to play. I know you'd give an honourable mention today as well, Steve, wouldn't you, to Raheem
Sterling? I thought he was excellent. I thought he really dangerous all the time, all game. But in a tight game, sometimes the winner, the goal scorer, gets the glory.
Won by Kovacic, only to Rodri. There's Walker. Gundogan finds a little gap to Bernardo Silva. It's a throw into Chelsea, nothing more than that. Bernardo Silva was hoping to get the free kick over there, but Chelsea give it away anyway. And don't forget to join us on Wednesday night, Leicester versus Tottenham in the Premier League. That's on 2HD from 7 o'clock, and from 7:30 on 1HD, and ultimately you can see Brentford against Manchester United. Sterling tried to nip away from Rudiger and was able to steer it behind for the goal kick. It's great to see Sterling playing the kind of football he's playing again. He seemed to be reinvigorated by the European Championships in the summer, and he's come back to Manchester City and really picked up where he left off with England.
Yeah, he certainly has, and today he's played on that right-hand side. Normally you see him drifting into the centre, false centre forward, those positions, even out the left. But today, he stayed out on that right-hand side, and he's caused Chelsea all sorts of problems. He looked really sharp today.
Ederson's 21st appearance in the season in the Premier League. He's on course for a 12th clean sheet as well, which shows how good defensively they've been so far. We've got less than a minute of stoppage time to play. Kyle Walker slides it in towards Jesus and right through the 6-yard box of Chelsea.
That's been acquitted as well here. I mean, Kyle Walker does brilliantly well. Is he onside? Yeah, he's just offside, actually. Flag stays down. You see Azpilicueta is the right side of Gabriel Jesus, at least defensively.
It's going to be a league double for Manchester City over the team that beat them in last season's Champions League final. Less late drama here at the Etihad. Final chance for Chelsea, headed away by Laporte, hooked on by Lukaku, away by Rodri, then by Grealish. Free kick to Manchester City for the foul by Kovacic. And that's the full-time whistle. Manchester City's lead is 13 points. Surely insurmountable for Chelsea. The champions are unbeatable at the moment, and they're cruising towards an 8th top-flight league title. They're the cream of the crop, and they've now won 12 league games in a row. The main man today was Kevin De Bruyne.
Full time. Chelsea 1, Chelsea 0, Man City 1. Like, subscribe to the bell, don't forget to go to the post. And I'll see you guys a bit later tonight for Guinea-Bissau versus Egypt in the afternoon.